Hey everyone! Welcome back to the ECS video series. In our previous video, we kicked off the hands-on section by integrating an application load balancer with the EC2 launch type in Amazon ECS. If you haven't watched that video yet, I highly recommend checking it out first. It lays the groundwork and initial setup for what we'll build on today. You'll find the link in the description below. In this episode, we're taking things one step further, integrating the application load balancer with the Fargate launch type. We'll reuse most of the setup from the previous video, but this time, we'll see how ECS handles the networking and load balancing differently when using Fargate. Alright, let's jump into the hands-on part and see it all in action. For this video, we'll be using the same Docker image that we pushed to ECR and the same VPC setup we created earlier. So, if you're new to this series, or haven't watched the previous video yet, I recommend checking it out first. It walks you through the setup in detail. Now, let's move on to the ECS console. Navigate to the Clusters section and click on Create Cluster. Give your cluster a clear and descriptive name. Leave the infrastructure option as Fargate only. With these configurations in place, click on Create Cluster to proceed. Once the cluster is created successfully, navigate to the Task Definitions section to create a new task definition. Give it a clear, meaningful name. Keep the launch type set to Fargate. Set the task memory to 2 GB. Under the Container Details section, give your container a descriptive name. Click on Browse ECR Images, and from the drop-down, select the ECR repository we created in the previous video. Then, select the latest image version. Next, configure the port mapping so that the container port 3200 maps to the host port 3200. Give this port mapping a meaningful name. Set the CPU to 1 GB, the memory hard limit to 1 GB, and the memory soft limit to 0.5 GB. Once everything is configured, click Create to register the task definition. After the task definition is successfully created, go ahead and create a new service from it. Give the service a proper name. Select the compute option as launch type, and leave the launch type as Fargate. Set the desired task count to 3, so we can clearly visualize how the load is distributed. In the networking configuration section, select the VPC and the 2 public subnets that we used in the previous video. For the security group, let's create a new one. Give it a descriptive name, and configure an inbound rule to allow traffic on port 3200 from anywhere. Just like in the previous video, we'll skip the load balancing setup for now and proceed with these configurations to create the ECS service. Once the service is created, navigate to the running tasks, locate their public IP addresses, and open them in your browser to verify that our Node.js application is working. As you can see, the app is running successfully in Fargate. You'll notice that the launch type shows Fargate, and the instance ID is unknown, since this is not running on self-managed EC2 instances. Each task also has a unique task ID, which matches the task IDs you can see from the ECS console. Everything looks great. Our application is now up and running on ECS with the Fargate launch type. The next step is to connect an application load balancer with the ECS service. Let's head over to the ECS console, select our service, and click Update. Now, scroll all the way down to the load balancing section. Since we don't have an ALB yet for this demo, let's quickly create one. Head to the EC2 console, go to Load Balancers, and click Create Load Balancer. Choose Application Load Balancer, and give it a meaningful name. Select the VPC we created earlier, then choose the 2 public subnets. Now, we need a security group for the ALB. Click Create Security Group, give it a clear name and description. Select the VPC. Under Inbound Rules, add HTTP port 80, allow from anywhere, and click Create Security Group. Once that's done, go back to the ALB creation page and select the new security group. Next, we'll set up the listener and target group. Click Create Target Group. For the target type, select IP address, because Fargate tasks use the AWS VPC network mode, meaning each task gets its own private IP. Give the target group a name, keep the protocol as HTTP, set the port to 3200, and choose the VPC. Add the health check path, then click Next, and create target group. Notice, we don't need to register EC2 instances here like before, since our Fargate tasks will automatically register themselves. Once the target group is created, go back to the ALB setup and select it from the drop-down. Leave the remaining settings as default, and click Create Load Balancer. After the load balancer is successfully created, go back to the ECS console. Select the ALB, then the listener rule, and choose the target group we just created. Now click Update Service to apply everything. Once the update is complete, give it a few moments, ECS will spin up new tasks and gradually stop the old ones. Now, grab the load balancer's public DNS name from the EC2 console and open it in a new tab. When you refresh the page, you'll notice the task ID changes, which means our load balancer is distributing traffic perfectly between Fargate tasks. We now have a fully functional application load balancer integrated with ECS Fargate. Alright, that's it for this video. In the next one, we'll dive deep into load balancing health checks, everything you need to know to keep your ECS services running smoothly. Stay tuned for the full ECS video series. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.